So thank you so much for doing this, Neha and Angad. I know we are very excited to introduce the show, but before that, I'd like to take a minute to just acknowledge how the pandemic
all the time. So it's allowed. Let's keep Sherry out of this one. Are we good? I have a feeling that every 2 minutes we'll just do like, you know what I love? A stage पे कुछ भी बोल दो, but 2-3 मिनट के बाद ना सब वो कर देना एक woo! ये वाला. Thank you.
If you don't hear a woo after just about the show, but obviously they want to hear from you guys. What is the show about? What can they expect? Neha, you want to go first, or Angad, you want to go first?
The show deals with modern day relationships in the backdrop of the pandemic. It's an extremely real, hilarious drama. It's called Great Romance. It's actually a no holds barred show. It's about this couple, the character Raghavan Rao, his wife Savi, how they deal with the pandemic, how they had dreams when they were, living a different life, and Savi really helps him build his dreams, and now they lead a very lavish life in Dubai. But then Raghavan Rao, being a very, he's actually in love on the side with his secretary.
I love how you put it. He's in love on the side with his
He genuinely believes in that, and that character's name is Anaya, and how he wants to, come hail, come storm during the pandemic. Though he's in Dubai, he wants to reach India just to be with her. And the lies he tells his wife so that he can escape Dubai.
So Neha, is he a good liar or not?
I don't know.
Me or Raghav?
Let's just play a game with everyone. Now that we know what social distancing is about, I'm going to keep bashing this so that everyone hears this right to the end. It releases on Audible. Can we just repeat keywords? It releases on Audible.
Releases
When
on?
does it release, guys?
All right, and this is a date that a lot of us will remember on the 14th of Feb.
Which is? Yes.
Okay, and speaking of Valentine's Day, are there any married men here?
How many?
There are
Raise
quite
your
a few.
hand,
Come
Naya.
on.
Okay,
Don't be
okay.
shy, guys. Raise your hands.
And please take your hands down only after my next question. Any married men here?
Keep your hands up. We want to see
your
your
hands
hands up.
All right, and my next question is,
My sympathies with you all.
my next question is, only leave your hands up in the air if you're having an extramarital affair.
Hello! वहाँ पे भी है तो वहाँ पे भी तो है।
नहीं, boss. I think he, Bichara, has admitted to having an extramarital affair without being married. भाई, नाम तो बता दो यार, इसका नाम। रितेश, संकेत और इंस्टाग्राम हैंडल बताना जरा। बॉस, इसके डीएम से बच के रहना। He's checking संकेत 58944449.
Thank you for being a good sport, Sanket.
Thank you,
But we
Sanket.
are going to check your Instagram handle. So guys, speaking of the pandemic, okay, so you obviously lived through the lockdowns, the pandemic together for 2 years. And how was that for you guys? Was it stressful? Was it hard? Was it similar to the show? Different?
It was not stressful a lot was going on the outside, but it was not stressful for me because I was cooking. It was very stressful and hard for Angad because he was eating all the cooking. So that's why I feel bad for him because I'm the worst cook in the world. The worst.
She makes really good banana bread.
And he likes it well done. That's what he likes to say, but it's actually burnt all the time. Jal jati thi.
But that's what I also say. I like it like that. That's why I've made it like that.
Yeah, so it was hard. I mean, it was hard for everybody. I feel like the lockdown was really tough. But why do I feel like am I screaming or is it normal? Huh? Normal. She's saying worth it. You said worth it. मतलब बेइज्जती भी कर दी मेरी साथ में कि yes, I am screaming.
You should try live with her. Try living with her.
Yeah, in the middle of a fight also I keep asking Angad, am I screaming or is it normal? He never says worth it.
That's the new response you need to have, Angad. When she says, am I screaming? You have to say it's worth it. Keep screaming.
No, he never says his birthday. If he says that, usko और screaming शुरू हो जाएगा.
So Angad, how was your experience through the pandemic?
Living with her?
Yeah.
It was very, very different. It was unique. हमारी शादी को उस time 3 years, 3 साल ही हुए थे, लेकिन we had worked so much. We were, professionally so busy that we hardly had.
Yeah, that's her cue to keep quiet.
You can go ahead, don't worry. They can hear. You can hear us, right, guys?
Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Okay. So yeah, for me to live with her, we were so busy working that we didn't have time. Even when we got married, we didn't, travel anywhere because we just were really busy professionally. And when the pandemic happened, we were stuck in one apartment, with each other. And obviously, we had a beautiful daughter, Meher, so she made it relatively easy. It wasn't easy to, what the world was going through, what we were going through. It was very, very tough. But at the same time, it was nice to spend time with your partner. It was nice to explore a different side. Because aksar you don't get the time to really get to know one another, because here we did chores together, we did a lot of dishwashing together, we cooked together. I saw a different side to her, which was that she's a fabulous cook. She, apart from banana bread, she also did make many other things. So yeah, it was all worth it by the end of it.
Guys, is Angad husband of the year or what?
Guys, I also want to tell you, husband of the year का short form होता है hottie. किसने किया? Oh, thanks. अपना भी नाम और Instagram handle देना. याद से.
So as actors, guys, obviously, the first thing you look at is the script and you either decide to do a job or not. So what was your first takeaway when you kind of got involved, and what did you see in your character that made you really want to kind of portray these characters?
So I didn't have much to do that was different from me. Like I was just, like a wife who does things on schedule, who's mildly like suspicious and mildly disinterested after many years of marriage. जैसे सबके साथ होता है. So
suspicious.
Slightly, mildly, but the one who was spotted in the audience right now, let's just like whole team time please कर दे हम यहाँ पे, because I've spotted our director who's sitting right here. That's
Simran Singh is our director. If you could stand up. Yes, Simran, a clap for her, please.
Come on, guys, we can do better than that.
And I want to tell you that not only is she the nicest person, the most talented director, but also has one of the sexiest voices in the business. Mic do? इनका एक बार हेलो सुन लोगे ना तो वहीं पे गिर जाओगे.
हेलो बोलो, माइक देना. एक बार ही हेलो बोल दो सिमरन.
Hi guys. और इन्होंने जो हमारा हाथ पकड़ के हमको सिखाया है कि ऑडियो में काम कैसे करते हैं, how we can take this medium forward, and what she has done to Chetan Bhagat's writing is just amazing. It's amazing. But yeah, Savvy as my character, she's like most Savvy, sorry, as my character, she's like most of the women who would react in a certain way when there's a lockdown.
So similarities between you and Savvy.
Yeah, she's similar and I'm different, and I feel like once we're married for 11 years, I don't know whether I'll be Shakti or whether I'll be disinterested. But I could be either or. Yeah, I am that kind of person. Or both.
Angad, what was your first takeaway when you read the script?
I just thought it was fabulous. The way it is written, it was hilarious, literally. There's great drama. While I was reading it, not at one moment while I was reading it, I thought that I was not liking Raghavan Rao. He was just making me laugh through from the beginning to the end. And he was so adorable in all his mistakes and how he was, and in all that commotion, he's trying to lie, he's trying to escape, yet he's trying to come back to his wife, then he's trying to go to his girlfriend. It is just crazy what he's doing. And something like this I've not done, and then for me to be in one room and then being guided by Simran from the other side, whether it was in voice modulation or in emotion, and how to bring that character alive. Because see, it's you got to make your own world, right? Not just say the lines. So you got to feel those lines also. And I feel that if you're in the hands of such able director as Simran, then You can feel really, really secure. So for me, it's been my most, I just feel, endearing character that I have portrayed till date. And I'm in love with Raghavan Ram. With all his shortcomings and all his flaws, I love the man.
Seriously, are we applauding a man who's having an extramarital affair in the middle of the lockdown? This is the problem with the two of you. Our director and our lead actor are hand in glove. And I am always fighting this battle that let's be the right person here. It's amazing. I can see Audible right in front of me.
So Neha, this is not the first time obviously you've done audio. You've done audio before, right? So how was this different for you? And Angad, since this was your first time, did you take any tips from Neha?
I took one tip, which was to not be in the same room when Neha is dubbing for it. That hats off to our director to understand that. She said that, you guys will work well together if you are not dubbing together. So so we were put in different rooms, we were put on different days. And whenever she was performing, for me it was very natural to respond and react to her voice. Because I do that 365 days in a year.
And then there were a lot of times where we had to fight in the show, and then I was like,
what? Naturally, nikal gaye.
Whoa, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? And she's like, just think of your husband, and then we were just fighting. So yeah,
just flow naturally.
But I have done audio before. I have produced and hosted an audio talk show. I know that there is a market, it gets consumed. I know that people love listening to it also, I feel like there's a lot of screen time fatigue that's set in. So audio is a great way forward, and this is great content. Like I'm not saying it because I'm a part of it. Yes, I am saying it because I am a part of it, but I'm also saying it because I love being a part of it. It's such a great read as well, and I think Chetan Bhagat and Mayur Puri have done a great job.
Also, when you perform, right, the thing is, it's a one-on-one relationship with you and the mic. So whether it is your breath, whether it's your sur, it's like however you perform, it all gets captured. You can hear it. So you are very, very vulnerable at that particular moment. And there's so many flaws that you see that you want to keep on doing it again. And for me, it's been an experience which I'll never forget. I wish, Simran, you take me for more of these, because I finally started enjoying it. I remember the first day, I was harrowed. I had no clue where I was landing. But eventually, I think...
But now you want to do more, right? You're like, this is...
Yeah, and I feel like it's the same thing. You just have to convert into, consuming
that's my
audio.
next question for you guys. I know you guys have been in the industry for years. You've obviously done a lot of video. So how is your prep different for, an audio-only part? To get into character? I know with video, obviously, you have so many different things in terms of the look, the feel. Do you do the same stuff for this as well?
For me, there's no prep. You just succumb to the director, you succumb to the writing material, और time पे पहुंच जाओ, उसके बाद सब हो जाएगा.
सिर्फ अंगद को गाली निकालो अंगद को गाली.
I also think life में सब कुछ एक बार होता है तो कैमरा के आगे या कहीं और 2, 4, 10 बार ही करोगे तो वो भी खराब लगने लगेगा. So just go with it. I mean, Simran will know. I mean, there was hardly. She would just say इतने बजे आ जाना और फिर बाकी वो कर देती थी हमारे लिए. ऐसे करो थोड़ा और ये करो थोड़ा और सेक्सी बनो अभी किस कर दो माइक के अंदर. But yeah, किसे बोला वो? Hi. एक और बार.
Instagram handle क्या है बता दे.
Handle or now? Okay.
So guys, what was the most challenging and the most fulfilling part in doing this? Also, I mean, I know you guys are married, so how was it working with each other? Was it stressful or not stressful?
Sherry, आप बहुत smart हो. आपके जो सवाल में हमारा जवाब है. Most challenging part was working with Angad.
Being married and working.
The best part was working with Angad. Because there were times when I would just be like, Angad, can you just keep recording for 2 extra hours? Today I don't feel like coming. So it's so easy with your husband. Otherwise you're like, oh, वो आगे क्या सोचेगा ये वो. So you take advantage of it. But at the same time, it's very annoying also to be in the same room as me. Right? I was going to say you.
And then it's it's a good thing she's saying it.
Time up ho gaya hamara, I think. Well, for me, I think the best and the worst part was working with my husband because, sometimes you take too many liberties when you're working with your own people, and sometimes you can't take those many liberties, so it's easy.
What about you, Angad? Most fulfilling and most stressful part?
With my want me to be honest, or should I?
I want you to be completely honest.
Most challenging is to work with my wife. It is extremely challenging. Now,
What?
You
This is
intelligent
Comic
people.
Con. You can call, say what you were saying about me in the green room.
मैं कभी अपनी बीवी के साथ दोबारा काम नहीं करूँगा.
See, she's saying attention, please.
But jokes apart,
देखो उनको गुस्सा चढ़ रहा है.
jokes apart, I feel this has been my first time that I've shared, I would say, a mic. Then, if it's audio, with the audible, yeah, I've shared a mic with her, and I've heard her perform, and it's very, very like I feel that if what she brought to the table as far as the performance and the voice is concerned, I just responded very naturally to that. So I think my first instinct was which I went with, and usually if your co-actor doesn't make you feel comfortable, it gets very tough. So here it was all very, very natural. हमारी लड़ाई भी natural है, हमारा प्यार भी और हमारा इकरार भी अगर कहा जाता.
And did you guys take home? Like, as in, it's very difficult when you work with your spouse, because then when you go, a lot of people completely disconnect at home and be like, we don't want to discuss this, we don't want to, work at home. So was it like a clear, we're working here, we're at home here, or was it like
No,
just
they
a
have this wonderful.
No.
She has this wonderful way of asking you, "Ki, acha, how was your day at shoot?" But the minute I start to answer that question, she switches off. So I think she does that for the sake of कभी-कभी होता है ना कि पूछ लेते politely, लेकिन then her answer in the conversation she's talking about just other things.
No, I'll ask him how was your day, Angad? How was the shoot? And suddenly I'll be like, oh, कल ये yellow दाल बना देना, उसके साथ तुम ऐसा करना थोड़ा. Because I have to do so many things. And
How was your day at shoot? Oh, by the way, my head did this, और बुरे से एक लड़ाई हो गई, और फिर हम लोगों को स्कूल जाना पड़ा, और फिर oh, by the way, we have to go tomorrow to this place and make sure that you're there on time. So I don't know which way this conversation.
no, but I'll definitely listen to the show. Angad is great in it, is what I hear, and I'm a fan of Angad, so I'll definitely listen. No, but Angad has a way of bringing his work back home. वो होता है ना कि don't bring your work back home. He brings his work back home and he'll keep watching his own shows or listening. So he's like, every time I ask him, he's like, I'm just studying my character. So he takes himself very seriously. And I'm the opposite. So we have nothing in common as people at work. Time up.
Yeah, I just feel it is very good because if two actors or people being in the same profession do the same thing, work in a work-related atmosphere, then they bring it home, it gets too tedious. There's the refreshing part is भले हमारी argument क्यों ना हो लड़ाई हो, but it's different. So it's also it's a good way of switching off so that you can switch back on.
Okay, now, Neha, do you think you would react like Savi if Angad was having an affair in real life, as per your characters and what we've heard on the show?
ये तो जान ले लेंगी मेरी, लेकिन इनका reaction मैं बस
Guys, I have a question to ask you. How many, chalo, not married men, how many of you have girlfriends?
Raise your hands.
नहीं फंसाऊंगी
एक ही बंदे का
एक ही बंदे की कैसे girlfriend हो सकती
Nobody
है?
has a
आप
girlfriend here.
confused हो?
नहीं
Time लगा आपको?
उसका हाथ सबसे पहले खड़ा हुआ था.
अच्छा आप respect नहीं उठा रहे?
Why are you raising your hand?
हाँ,
like
आपकी girlfriend ने बोला इसलिए आप उठा रहे?
Okay, only take your hand down after my next question. How many of you have girlfriends? Guys, come on.
Girlfriends, partners, spouses.
है ना?
Yeah.
Raise your hands.
Girls have boyfriend.
Okay, how many of you are taken? हाथ खड़ा कर दो.
भाई कम है कि 2024 में लोग समझदार हो गए लगता है.
क्या?
We are the
Okay,
minority.
now I want to ask you, don't take your hands down. Firstly, I find it very difficult to believe that there are 6 people taken in this audience. अच्छा,
Comic Con.
we are Comic Con, तो यहाँ सब गलत बोलेंगे. अच्छा ठीक है. Now take your hand down after my next question. And how many of you have ever got caught cheating? Bye.
Indian people.
लगा रहे.
Oh, and he's got such a big smile. He's like
Yeah.
me.
I thought everyone will take their hands down. No, but I just feel that I don't know how I will react, and I'm hoping I never see that day. But
Obviously not.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, we're just making light of this, and
I feel in
Ask me
Savi's.
that question also. How would I feel?
How
And
would you
I don't
react?
understand why it's always rooted towards the
No,
men.
because it's
That men
Raz.
will cheat, right?
you're the cheater
All
on
men
the
here?
show.
You're the cheater.
All men here.
And you're the
All
cheater
men
on
here.
the show.
Louder. All men here. Yes. Now why should I have a question? Like here, we have been asked this question that how will
Because of
Neha
your
react?
character.
Because of your
I have been
character.
asked this question, how will Neha react? So why is it that every time मैंने asked this question कि अगर आप cheat करोगे अपने partner पे तो how will the woman react? कभी मौका होना चाहिए ना कि आपको भी ऐसा कुछ feel हो? होना चाहिए कि नहीं? जितने मेरे से सहमत है सब हाथ खड़े करो.
How would you react, Angad?
Okay, Angad, now that you've gone full gusto with the audience, now you answer the question. Chalo, I'm out of this one.
I'll be heartbroken. I will be, and I feel that it is. I'm honest about my feelings, and it's not that I don't know. I know I will be heartbroken, and I just feel that my self-confidence will take a huge amount of beating. So I just feel that it is aksar or everybody, like, you know, men should not cry, men should not. Yes, men are vulnerable, men are soft, men are, you know, go through the same hardships as women do. But I just feel that at some level they are not given due credit for that. And I feel that it's not just about men cheating. It's any partner who is unfulfilled in whichever way, he or she, and if they stray, and it always comes to the men, but you know, moving forward, it's coming to the women also.
That's why I'm trying to say Angad has nothing in common with the character that he plays. और इसी बात पे Angad के लिए तालियां.
Okay, guys, I have one last question for you guys, okay? You have to complete the sentence,
Oh,
okay?
तेरी, okay.
Okay? It's just one line. You have to tell them, you should listen to social distancing because...
Because it is the best thing that I've ever been part of. It's got romance, it's got drama, it's got a lot of laughter. And if you want to laugh and feel happy about your day, just hear social distancing.
Neha, what about you?
You should listen to social distancing because it's the coolest new social comic drama, romantic comic drama that you'll hear, and it's on Audible, and yeah, because it's got Angad and me.
And also it's got everybody's, like, whatever you're feeling inside, your inner feelings, these characters are going through that.
And I also think that
So you all, whoever's sitting here in the audience or whoever will hear this show, you will see yourself in this show.
yeah, and more importantly, which we all have been through a lockdown, and just to relive the lockdown in the most fun and real way, listen to social distancing. I promise you it'll bring things back to you, but in the best way possible. And it's on Audible, 14th Feb.
So everyone can relate to it, everyone has to listen to it. And before we go away, I have a surprise message for all of you guys. Are you ready to listen
Yes,
to it?
we are.
Can we have the message, please?
Hi, who's here? America में बैठे हो?
Audio.
Audio
Hello,
तो, hi.
India. What a pleasure to be here. Virtually, I would have, of course, loved to be there in person, but unfortunately, I had to be away. I'm in New York right now, and I had to be here for some urgent work, because of which I am not able to be there live today. But I just want to tell you, I'm damn excited to share with you something very unique that I've written. This time, it's not only unique in terms of what I've written, but also it's unique in terms of the format it's coming out in. I'm sure you've had a chance to meet my friends Neha and Angad, who have voiced and enacted for the audio drama Savi and Rags in my new show, Social Distancing. It's an Audible original, and it's absolutely fun way to consume a drama, which is through audio. It's not just someone reading out an audiobook. It's not something. It's something you haven't experienced before, really. It's like, in a way, a movie, but it's done over audio. It has actors, it has special effects, it has modes, it has everything, and you can do it while just listening and going about your daily life, driving, walking, gym, folding clothes, or just sitting and relaxing. Social distancing, let me tell you, it's a drama, it's a comedy. I felt there's not enough comedies out there, and it's a comedy of what happened to relationships during COVID times. We talk, of course, about COVID now, all the bad things that happened in terms of the health issues, but we all know that relationships were never the same again because of COVID. So I think it's something you'll have a lot of fun listening to. You'll really enjoy it. You'll love the new format. I think Audible has done a great job producing it and bringing it to life. I do love movie adaptations, but what happens in movies is it doesn't leave anything to imagination. Everything is presented to you. But here, even though there are actors and it's fun to consume the story of the audio drama, there is still some imagination of yours that is going to be used in terms of how do you imagine their house, their settings, their adventures, whatever else. So I think you really love to see all that, and I think this format is here to stay and become a part of our life. I think you will really enjoy listening to it. I hope you listen to it and give me the feedback also, and to Neha, Angad, and the entire team as well. And I will be just waiting for you and your reaction to the same. And I do hope next time at Comic Con I'm there. I'll make sure I am. Till then, be well, stay healthy, and enjoy the rest of the event. All the best to the entire team. Neha, Angad, thank you once again. Take care.
That was Chetan Bhagat, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you, Angad, for
Thank
doing
you.
this. When are you guys listening to this?
On.
When?
अगर 14 फेब को नहीं सुन पाओगे तो अगले दिन भी 15, 16, 17 कभी भी सुन लेना. It's going to be there.
Thank you guys. Have a good evening. We're going to leave you with the
Thank you,
trailer.
guys.
Enjoy.
Oh,
Gotta
you
go.
see the trailer? Oh, we're seeing it for the first time. See the trailer for the first time.
Is a comedy or a tragedy? Depends.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you all.
Thank you. We're just going to repeat everything we said. It's an article on the 14th of Feb. It's called Social Distancing. And thank you all. Please enjoy your evening. This is great. Thank you for your time.
All the guys here, I said something there. Don't think I don't know about your chomu. So, understand what I'm saying. All right? It's not always about the men.
Can we hear it for Neha and Angad one last time, guys?
Thank you.
Thank you for being amazing. Have a good evening.